genres.
I think
So it'll be an extension of RPG. It'll be an extension of a
as well as being extensions. I think it would also create a few smaller new genres. I think it will definitely happen. I mean, look at the Wii itself. It created the party game genre.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well.
Yeah, it did actually create that genre.
Yeah.
So I think definitely it will create some sort of casual genre, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay.
What that will be, we'll just have to wait and see. But I think it will definitely happen.
This is a silly rumor now. This is a rumor saying that the PSP 2 is going to be released and it's going to be powered by the Imagination technology. Now, the PSP Go, it hasn't even been released yet, and apparently this is going to have a touchscreen. It might have 2 analog sticks. What do you think? Apparently they're saying that it's going to rival the iPod in terms of functionality.
I read about that.
So obviously, when they said the PSP Go is going to come out, the PSP 3000 model is still going to sell alongside the PSP Go. Kind of think that was a hint at, this PSP Go isn't the next generation of the PSP, but it's just like the DSi. It's just the next version of the PSP 3000, but it's not the definitive next.
It's just there to rival DSi in the meantime.
For now, yeah. So what do you think? PSP 2?
I think it's interesting. All Sony are doing at the moment is creating new hardware to rival other hardware. I mean, with the PSP Go, they're trying to rival the DSi, and with the new PSP 2, they apparently want to rival the iTouch.
iTouch, yeah.
I think it'll be. I can see where they're coming from. I mean, those two platforms have been really successful.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be able to beat those platforms. So rather than trying to compete with them, I would also just trying to, create their own genre, create their own platform in a way, try something different, which is what both those platforms did, and look how successful they've been. Trying something new, I think, is definitely the way forward these days.
But the worst thing with Sony is that they know that they've got the PSP, whether it be the 1000, 2000 or 3000 model. They've got those. And like you said, they need to kind of merge into their own little segment. But then it's, again, me personally, I think it's pointless releasing a PSP 2 or even a PSP Go if all they're doing is they're not pushing developers to say create new types of handheld experiences. If you look at them, all they're doing, they're porting games over. Okay, God of War Chains of Olympus wasn't technically a port, but apparently, it was just a God of War game, and they need to make more games like Loco Roco, where it's kind of like small 5-minute games.
Where you can more arcadey.
Yeah, you can just sit on the bus or train or whatever.
Have a 5-minute, 10-minute game session, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, rides from the bus and trains don't last 45 minutes. They're like 5-minute stops. So you need that kind of experience. So I think if Sony push that this year and they create, they push for more unique titles, then I think the PSP 2 will be good. I mean, look at the App Store. Apparently they've got 13,000 games on the. That's just games, not just applications. That's 13,000 games. So if PSP 2 PSP 2 have to have an online system where they can buy and download games. Not that PS3 silly integration where you can download games off the PS3. We want a service where if you have the PSP Go and you got an internet connection, you can download
specifically for that platform. They should have a server.
That's
definitely,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I think if they're thinking about all of that for the PSP 2, then
we've got to try and make it as unique as possible. Basically,
Alan Wake is being developed for the PC and the 360. However, the PC version will come out much later than the 360 version. Apparently they're putting all their muscle behind the 360 one at the moment. Do you think they should have done it simultaneously, or do you think it's going to actually help the PC version because then they're going to have higher res textures? Because the whatever game is released for the 360, and when it's eventually released for the PC, if you do check them out, it's always better than the PC. The visuals are just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We always see games coming out on the 360 and then a couple of months, well not a couple of months, even 6 months later, we'll see the PC version and it will somehow be kind of different, kind of better.
Yeah.
There'll be, you know, more weapons or more maps or more races or some kind of new element within the game.
Yeah.
So in terms of if they're definitely going to make the PC version different in a way, possibly slightly better, I'm not sure. Then in that sense, I mean, I don't mind waiting for a PC version longer.
Yeah.
But if they're going to be exactly the same, then obviously it would make sense to release them at the same time. Otherwise, people will be very not happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's okay because, like, if you've seen some of the tech demos that they released for the game, and obviously the gameplay they released at E3, the game does look bloody amazing in terms of, you know, they've literally got this huge open world, and I'm assuming that's pretty difficult to do. So I can understand why the PC version might be coming later, because if they release them both at the same time, one of them is going to suffer, or the 360 one is going to suffer.
That's true as well, yeah.
And how long has it been? 5 years? This is kind of controversial with some people. Fight Night Around 4 is introducing button controls via DLC, sorry. What do you think?
I'll be waiting for a long time for that announcement to come out.
Oh man.
I mean,
don't you think it just turned into like a button masher then?
no, but I don't know, I just prefer buttons.
Did you play with buttons in the first game?
I tried them both, playing with buttons and the actual analog stick. Yeah. I just prefer the buttons. I don't know why. It's more of a, I know what kind of punch I'm throwing, that kind of feeling.
But when you're
Whereas
doing
with the analog stick, it's like I do it one way. One time it does a jab. The next time I do it, sometimes we just do a haymaker or something.
Yeah.
So it's more.
But I think you kind of get into it when you know that when you do a haymaker, you got to do like from left, from left to right, and you have to hold it there for a second. Then when you land it, it's kind of like this feeling of satisfaction, rather than, you know, anyone can press the button and anyone can land the haymaker kind of thing. In terms of making it more realistic, I think the analog buttons work better for that. Yeah. But I don't know, it's just the analog actually seems more of a button bashing feeling than the actual buttons itself. That's true. At times they actually can. That's why I just didn't prefer it. Okay. Because I didn't know what was happening when I was using the analog stick. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know how to play the game. Yeah. But I don't know. I just prefer the buttons because you knew what kind of punch you're throwing. Basically, that's why I preferred it. EA owns Mass Effect, the IP. What could this mean for the game? a yearly iteration. So we're going to see Mass Effect 10. Mass Effect 2009, 2010. So what do you think? Do you think they will allow Bioware to kind of do their own thing and release it whenever they want, or do you think they're going to push on that? And also, what do you think? I don't think they'll push them as much because they already know Bioware are churning out quality titles, quality games, and I think all they'll do basically is just help them out more with advertising, marketing, and advertising. Marketing, that more money as well now, yeah. I think for Bioware, that's just fantastic for them because their marketing wasn't as good before they met EA. That's I think they'll have a bit more money as well to do what they need to do. So that means we could see a Jade Empire too. Oh. Let's not go there, man. Let's not go there. Yeah. Just in case they don't make it. That's like my favourite game ever. Jade Empire. Okay. So and also, because it's EA now, they're multi-platform. Do you think it can come to the PS3? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it would be really good to see it on PS3. And even if it came to the Wii somehow. No, I don't think it will come to the Wii. I think that would be a really different kind of experience. Yeah. Playing a Bioware game on a Wii. Mm-hmm. But then graphically, I mean, obviously. But then don't forget, doesn't the graphics for the Mass Effect games kind of make what Mass Effect is? Yeah, alright. It does, yeah. Because don't forget, you had Jade Empire, and it had the exact same, well, almost similar system. Obviously, you can't choose when you want to say a conversation, but again, don't you think Mass Effect? If you took out the graphics, it would kind of just be like standard any type of game. Kind of, yeah. I mean. It is all about the graphics. At some points in that game, is definitely you're just marveling at it basically. Yeah, that's true. So in that sense, it might not work on the Wii, but gameplay wise, it would be interesting to see how it would work. I mean, even Resident Evil creator was saying that he could he could get Resident Evil 5 working on the Wii,